let's talk about Fight of the Year for a second. Yesterday we just had the fight I'm pretty sure most of you know about, Payne versus Jones. Not gonna go into the pay-per-view because the pay-per-view itself is absolutely atrocious besides the fight. But let's talk about Fight of the Year. So Fight of the Year is interesting because we are in July, late July, which means we still have a few months to go. We have a long way to go before you can consider a Fight of the Year. Remember, I wasn't around in 2021 until I saw RBC. So my knowledge isn't great here, alright? That's the thing. When we talk about Fight of the Year, let's go all the way back to RBC 7, the first pay-per-view of the year. Not much happened in RBC 7, 8, Fight Night, Cesaro versus Paul. We had not much either. I mean, there was not that much that stood out. I mean, your best moments were RBC 8, where you had Cesaro defeat Khalid Rashad. That was a big deal. And then we get to RBC 10, where we finally find most of our candidates. Some of our candidates. Ozzy Divine, Noah, Alexis. That's debatable considering the fact that maybe it was a fluke of a fight in general. And even though it came down to the wire, it wasn't all that great. But the big one we have to talk about is Jam Jones and Notorious Jones Jr. That one was a big deal. That one made the conversation interesting. That was the best fight of the year by far up to that point. And Khalid and Cesaro, the main event, great fight, but it wasn't up to the level of what we saw between Jones and Notorious. We go into RBC 11, not too much. I mean, it was a pretty good night in general, but a little to be desired. Showtime, however, had, before RBC 10, I believe, they had one fight I would consider a close contender, which would be, what's it called? Triple Paul versus Harry Holovkin. Incredible fight. Down to the wire, had a story behind it. Co-main event, it was crazy how that fight ended. That has to be up there. So we have two so far. Let's go into, let's see, RBC 12. No, that wasn't. Oh, yeah. RBC 12. Notorious Jones, and then and also Harry Holovkin. That was a close damn fight. We can put the third up there. It's a long shot, but it's a good third. Unanimous decision. Very, very exciting back and forth fight. It could have gone either way. Judges made the right call, gave Notorious the fight. Kato versus Pulev. No contenders really there. Gabriel versus Andre, while a great fight, nothing there for me. We didn't get anything in night 1 of RBC 13, I don't believe. Just some domination, some cancellations. Fourth one, we get Jakob versus SSI, the technical knockout. That was a spirited performance by SSI, but Jakob just showed up, and it was a great fight. The sad part is it might not be the more iconic moment, and what we're gonna look back on is probably Khalid Rashad and the Silly Sal fight and all that jazz. Let's get our fifth candidate there, Notorious Jones Jr., Harry Holovkin. Holy hell. What they're telling me, that was a great fight. So I'm just going to leave that there. Let's go to MYZN, where we had a goddamn classic. One fight pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. In Wembley, you got butts and seats. Not that many. It was not a very big pay-per-view. I'll concede to that. But you got people to show up to that one because Jam Jones and Harry Holovkin. Oh my goodness. Was that a fight or what? That's close to one of the best fights I've ever seen. Not only are we talking a fight that went the distance, which that is so difficult to do in any tools, and the fact that, oh yeah, these are two of the best in the world. The entire purpose of them is to knock people out. And we've only had one fight ever go the distance, two. But the other fight being, the more notable fight being, Tams King and Gabriel Maldonado. Yet that one has controversy behind it. So now we get to this point where you have your really first true 12-round fight. A true 12-round fight where, let's go over it real quick because it was amazing. Going into it, not much hype around it. I try to talk about it a little bit. I give myself some credit. But oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. It's controversial. Split decision. Let's go over it. Round 1, that goes to Jam Jones. I think everyone can agree. He landed the better shots, but it was a close round. Round 2, Harry Holovkin won a little bit more decisively. Round 3, round 4, Harry Holovkin. Everyone was, no doubt, that's how it went. Let's go to round 5. I think I gave Jam the round. I can't be sure. I think I gave Jam the round there. Round 6, Harry, so that's 4-2. Round 7 was pretty close, but I gave it to Harry round 7, so that's 5-2. Round 8, I gave him the round as well. So it's now 6-2. Which is obviously concerning. That's how I think most people saw it. Maybe there was a shift in round 7 that I wasn't aware of. That Dodo thought, you know, he got the round, but that's not what matters. Round 9, Jam wins. Mostly because Harry is trying to conserve energy at this point. He's just trying to stay in it, and obviously he did a great job. Round 10 is where it got crazy. Because Jam wins the next round. It's 6-4. Decisively, he wins the next round. Round 11. Knockdowns, baby. We got the knockdowns. Harry got hit with a huge... I forgot what it was. I think it was a straight... Or maybe it was an uppercut. But it was massive. But Harry won the round, so gave it 10-9 Jam. Round 11. Jam wins again. All of a sudden, it's 6-5. Jam needs to win the round decisively. So he gets the quick knockdown. No, hold up. I don't remember truly. I think Harry got 2 knockdowns in the 12th. If I recall. Yep, he did. First knockdown went to Harry. Second knockdown went to Jam. Third knockdown went to Harry. That should be pretty self-explanatory. Unless round 7 was really the swing of the fight. Even though I thought it was a little more decisive in my opinion. That Harry won the fight. Maybe people say round 9, maybe people say Jam won decisively. I don't know. Guys, the right call was made, and I was a freaking judge of the fight. I thought I made the best. I think I made the right call. I think Mizzy made the right call. I could justify giving Jam round 7. Hopefully that's what Dodo scored. But yeah, I was there the entire time. I saw clearly. Guys, this is so huge. This is like, you don't understand how massive this is. Harry Holovkin just beat the IBF champion. Side fed, who the hell cares? He just beat the IBF champion. He beat probably the second best middleweight on the planet. An incredible fight. Jam was at his best in that one. A few rounds he was a little bit, he was dazed at times. He was not fighting his best fight. But when it came to championship rounds, this dude went off. And usually the 4th or 5th round is when Jam starts to really go at you. He really starts to put the pressure on. Harry stayed in there. It didn't start until the 10th round where Jam picked it up. Where he really said, I've got to go. And it's such an abnormal fight because getting into the round 12, it's so difficult to do. The fact that their health never actually went down below 75, that is a big deal. That is a huge deal. That means both guys were fighting an incredible fight. That means both guys were putting it all out there, and that may have been one of the greatest technical fights in RBC history. There was no controversy when it came to lag or anything. It was just two guys fighting an incredible fight. Is it the most technical fight of all time? Or did you think it was boring? People love knockdowns. That's the main name of the game. If they want to see a 12-round fight, it's one where there's knockdowns all over the place. Both guys refusing to quit. They want to fight like SSI. That was a fight in the 10th, 11th, and 12th. The first 9 rounds was Oh my god, there haven't been knocked down yet. Let's go to the scorecards for a second, because that might be important. The scorecards are needed. That's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. They get, and man, oh man, that's an abnormality. And I'm gonna give a hot take. That was the best fight of 2022. Unfortunately, Notorious versus Jam, while more iconic, this, technical-wise, was unbelievable. That may come as a surprise to some people because I haven't been a boxing fan for that long. But I appreciate the technical style of fighting. And for the first 9 rounds, that's what we got. We got beautiful boxing. We got both guys trying to figure each other out. And then it became a knockdown war. It became 2 men slugging it out. Because they understood that one of the guys is tired. We got to start throwing. By the 12th round, you should not be able to walk, in my opinion. You needed to just exert everything. If not in the first 9 rounds, because they were probably very tired by the 10th, then you have to exert everything. Okay? There's no feeling out process in boxing. There shouldn't be a feeling out process. You should not be able to go another round. I don't know if they could. I'm just saying they looked like they couldn't. And man, oh man, the corner work on both sides was great. I'm gonna go to Khan and say that he had great corner work for Jam Jones. I think he did the best he could that night. Was Jam Jones off his game? I don't know. He was doing work before then with the arena, so maybe that had something to do with it. But in the end, he put on both guys. Wow, Notorious, he's obviously going to be one of the better cornermans in the game. Breaking down the fight, I think the best thing Harry Holovkin did was that jab. And the jab really won him the technical rounds. The feeling out processes that they had in that fight, that's what won him the fight. Yes, there was some controversy, but it got solved out. I want to say congratulations to Mr. Holovkin. I want to say congratulations to Mr. Jones, even though he didn't win the title. These guys have fought for the 3rd time, and Harry actually won. He broke the Wembley curse, ladies and gentlemen. He actually did it. No biases here. I picked the fighter that I thought won the fight. And yes, Jam exerted more, but Harry won the last round. Harry won the last round. He started great and he finished strong. That's how it works in a race. You gotta just hold on. And when you get to that last sprint, you do everything you have. Harry Holovkin won this fight technically and with heart. Both guys deserve props, and right now, this is the fight of the year. Because of what they did, because of what they showed in their boxing skills, it was the 2 guys at their best. You can argue for Notorious Jones Jr. and Harry Holovkin. I'm yet to see that fight. You can argue for Jam Jones and Notorious Jones Jr. I've rewatched that fight a few times. I don't think it's the level of this one. I think both guys fought an almost perfect fight in the 12th round. That deserves... It was the best technical boxing I've ever seen. In road boxing, at least. So congrats to both guys. They fought an incredible fight. And there's not much else to say there. So the question I have for you guys is, how much did this fight mean? That's the important question. How much does this mean to both guys? Is this a big deal? Is Notorious Jones Jr. actually a favorite now because of this? Or is this just a case of styles? I don't think it's a case of styles because Harry's beaten... Jam has beaten Harry twice before. So it could be a changing. Maybe it could be Harry just got really, really good. Which I think is the case. But yeah, guys, I want to ask you, was this a fluke? Or was this meant to be? Is this a sign that NJJ is a bigger threat than and maybe should be considered at least a 2-to-1 favorite?